Hey everybody, this your girl Kiki. Hands free, yeah. Anyway, this is another video. Like, share, subscribe, share with all your friends, do whatever. Uh, and we're gonna talk about, yes, the one, the only, the Baby Yoda show. I'm sorry, the Mandalorian. Sorry, not the Baby Yoda show, the Mandalorian. Okay, we all really know it's really the Baby Yoda show. Okay, so let me start off by saying that this is going to be lots and lots and lots and lots of spoilers. So if you haven't watched the show, you don't want to be spoiled, then this may not be the video for you. If you don't mind being spoiled or you have seen the episode, then stick around. And before I get started, let me say, let me just throw this out there. The Mandalorian is a bad daddy. Get at me, people. I don't care. At me. Fight me, internet. Fight me. Because I said what I said. He is not a good daddy. Okay, we're going to point out why. I'm going to give you some things, but we're going to get into a review about this episode, okay? So the episode picks up with last season. If those of you who didn't watch last season, go back and watch it as well. You're a little late to the whole Baby Yoda thing. I understand. I get it. I get it. Your girl's with you. And he is trying to find information regarding other Mandalorians and also trying to return Baby Yoda back to his people or Jedis, whichever comes first and whoever he runs into first. So he gets some information that there's this guy on this planet that has information about he's seen a Mandalorian. So he goes to the planet. They're in the middle of some Gamorrean like fight to the death boxing match thing that's going on, and poor Baby Yoda. I'm just sitting there like, dang, Baby Yoda, really just subjected to so much violence, like, you know. But of course, the guy he meets double crosses him. Of course. What I do have to say, what I love about the Mandalorian is they keep it simple. They don't really have any kind of convoluted plots. These are concepts and things that have been done in other TV shows and different genres. But the way they do it with a sci-fi Star Wars twist makes it really, really interesting, and so it makes it good. It makes it worthwhile. I wasn't too keen on the Mandalorian when I heard this show was coming out. I'm a diehard Star Wars fanatic, but when I heard this show was coming out, I was like, I ain't got no Jedi in it, because they were talking about it's supposed to be like space cowboys and outlaws, and I don't care anything about. I'm not into westerns or outlaws. When it comes to Star Wars, I'm here for the Jedi. I'm here for the space wizards. Okay. That's what I'm here for. Give me my space wizards. Give me the Force. Give me the Force. Give me my lightsabers. I don't care about who's stealing from who. The trade federations and I don't care about. I didn't watch this. I've seen everything Star Wars. I didn't see the Solo movie. I tried to watch it. Han Solo, he cool and everything, but that's just, I don't want to watch a whole movie about Han Solo. I'm sorry. I mean, I love Han Solo. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a Luke girl. I'm sorry. That is what that is. It is what that is. So yeah, I was just like, wah, wah. So I wasn't too keen, but after the first episode, I was like, okay, they got this cute little baby thing on it. The Baby Yoda phenomenon pretty much took over the world, took over my life and my kids' lives. So back to the story. So basically, he has to go to a cantina, not Mos Eisley. It's like Mos Pelos. Don't get on me about these names, because I told y'all before, I'm horrible with names. And so he goes to Tatooine. He meets Amy Sedaris's character. I forgot her character name, but she's the one with the little robots, and she's the one to be loving on Baby Yoda. She'd be like, "Oh, come here, you little womp rat," and she'd be loving on Baby Yoda so much. And she shows him this old map and says that the city that he's looking for basically don't really exist, or it's just on hard times doing bad, and that some people came through and it's pretty much wiped it out or destroyed it or something. And he was like, okay, well, I gotta go. I've got to go find to see that there's a Mandalorian out there. So he takes Baby Yoda with him. Baby Yoda in the back. He in the back, who ride? He in the back of the speeder like this. It was so cute. And so he gets there, and yeah, the town is pretty much nothing. It's like 6 buildings, maybe like 50 people in the town. I don't know. It just looks extra tragic. Okay, extra sad and tragic. So he goes into the bar, asks the bartender, I'm looking for somebody that looks like me, wearing the same kind of armor that I was wearing. And then he was like, okay, that's easy. The marshal of town, he has the same armor. So he sees the marshal, and the marshal is wearing Boba Fett's armor, but it's like really ill fitting. Like his torso's too long for it. It looks like he's too tall. He's too big for it. So you can tell that like this is not Boba Fett. It's just his armor. And so he takes his helmet and he was like, yeah, how can I help you? So, he takes his helmet off, so you're not Mandalorian. And so he goes and explains, he does a flashback of how he got the armor, that when the Empire was destroyed, there was like pretty much a power vacuum. And so with that, these other people came and tried to take over the city. He got away with some crystals. He was going to die out there in the desert until the Jawas found him. Jawas would trade with anybody for anything. Jawas wanted the crystals. And he traded for the Mandalorian armor. He knew that Mandalorian armor was resilient, had weapon system, all that. So he took the Mandalorian armor, goes back to the town, gets rid of the warlord crazy people, and saves the town and becomes the town marshal and protects the town. So he tells him, I can't just give up this armor. What you gonna do for me? And then so the Mandalorian, being the Mandalorian, was like, I'll just fight you for it. And then the guy says in front of the kid, and he was like, he's seen worse. I'm like, no, baby, no, baby Yoda, no, are you jaded? What kind of parenting skills are you having? Mandalorian. What kind of parenting skills is that? Like I'm just like, oh, like I just, when it comes to Jedi, they have to have good upbringing, they have to have good home training, because they will go to the dark side. Apparently everywhere he goes, Baby Yoda goes. Baby Yoda done seen some things, and he's just a baby. Like I understand that he's probably like in our age, probably like 2 or 3. But that's 2 or 3 year olds shouldn't be going around like getting into seeing fights and boxing matches and death. I just see that like Baby Yoda just sees a lot of killing with the Mandalorian, and I'm just going, oh no, Baby Yoda, don't look. I'm like, don't look, Baby Yoda, just don't look, because I really fear, and I don't want Baby Yoda going to the dark side. So that's why I said the Mandalorian is a bad parent, because he's not understanding having a Jedi child is not like having a regular child. That he's, and Baby Yoda sees everything. His little eyes and his little ears are like looking around like, what's this? What's that? And so I just don't think this is a good environment for a child. Okay. So, he's talking to the marshal, and all the way through the town, this huge thing pops up. And I'm thinking, oh my God, is this Dune? Is this a sandworm? Apparently, it's a crate dragon. Now, those of us who played Star Wars games, like Knights of the Old Republic, you had to go out in the middle of the desert and fight this thing. Because they have like the crystals that you need to build your lightsaber, and they live in caves, and these things are so hard to kill. And like Knights of the Old Republic, like it drove me nuts. Knights of the Old Republic is my jam. It's like one of my most favorite things of all time. Both games. And so, yeah, Crate Dragon, to see it like in live action is an awesome thing to behold. And it's huge. This thing is huge. You could like swallow a whole city if you wanted to. Apparently, this Crate Dragon is just like wreaking havoc everywhere. It's like killing livestock, killing people, crops, mines. It's destroyed a lot of shit. So he tells the Mandalorian, look, if you help me get rid of this stupid Crate Dragon, I will just give you this armor. So of course they like, oh, he's like, okay, fine, good deal to me. They go out in the middle of the desert, go kill humongous crate dragon. While they're out there, they run into some Tusken raiders. Tusken raiders trying to kill this crate dragon too, because crate dragon gonna do what a crate dragon gonna do, which is wreak havoc and eat shit. So they like, okay, we'll team up, and so they try to go about trying to capture it and kill it. And it was interesting because the Mandalorian speaks Tusken Raider. Was I the only person geeking on that? I was like, what? He speaks Tusken Raider. We've never heard like a humanoid person speak Tusken Raider. So all those grunts and those all that is really their language. And apparently Tusken Raiders are not, they raiders gonna raid. They've been raiding the villages. They raided the village that the marshal came from, but that's what they do. They live out in the desert, and the Mandalorian explains the desert is harsh. So you got to be tough. You got to be about these streets out here in these deserts. You can't be no punk in no desert. So they decide to join forces with the townspeople to convince the townspeople and Tusken Raiders to come together and try to kill this crate dragon. So they're trying to kill this thing. They're throwing Molotov cocktails. They're throwing everything. Fire bombs, harpoons. Nothing is working. Krayt Dragon swallows Mando, the Mandalorian. And of course, he got that Beskar armor, and the Mando just come out swinging, blow the heck out of this Krayt Dragon. Krayt Dragon just like, just, and so they proceed to have a feast because Tusken Raiders, Tusken Raiders are happy, the village happy. Apparently you can eat a Krayt Dragon. I don't know what that even tastes like. The Mandalorian took a big old hunk of meat. Baby Yoda was looking at it like, I guess we gonna eat this. I guess Krayt Dragon is tasty. It looks like a giant lizard, so I guess. And then toward the end, the Tusken Raiders pull something out of the Krayt Dragon. It looks like a Krayt egg. I thought it was an egg, but I may have been I've been maybe misconstrued that, but it looked like a Krayt egg, which kind of made me kind of sad because I'm an animal lover, and I was just like, what are they going to do with the egg? Because they seem really, really happy to get this egg, and so I don't know. But Mondo gets Boba Fett's armor, leaves a Baby Yoda and his big hunk of meat, and then at the very end, you see this shot of this man standing in the desert wearing Tusken Raider robes, and it turns around and it's Tamura Morrison, who played uh, Jango Fett, which is he's not going to be playing Boba Fett in this series. So, and his face is all scarred up because Boba Fett, of course, if you didn't know, fell in a Sarlacc pit, and somehow because of his armor, I'm assuming, and because he's still alive, he crawled out of there. But as a Star Wars fan, if you're a diehard Star Wars fan, you already know that. You already know that Boba Fett survived. That they could let they had him in the EU books, which isn't canon, but they've thrown hints here and there throughout shows that Boba Fett is still alive. Even last season, they showed his boots, and kind of got a hint that he was still alive, or somebody had his armor, one or the other. I don't know how they're going to explain that, but But yeah, it's Boba Fett himself is going to be in this season now. Let me get into the thing again. Mando, I'm suspect on his parenting skills. I'm just like, I know this is the way and that's his way, but I'm scared Baby Yoda going to the dark side. Number two, if you haven't heard about the rumors that the guy who plays the Mandalorian, that like either at the end of season 2 or halfway or 3/4 of the way through season 2 that he quit. That's the rumor that's going around because this show, the advertising has been very like nothing. They came out with 2 teasers, trailers, or whatever, and they really were basically the same thing where they added a little footage here and there, but it was basically the same thing. They've kept the plot and the storyline pretty tight, which is Disney is known for with the Marvel movies. But a lot of people are saying it's because Pedro Pascal, who plays the Mandalorian, that he didn't like the fact that they never show his face. But I'm like, well, that's kind of like the thing of Mandalorian is kind of what you signed up for, homie. So what's the dealio? But the rumor it goes that he quit halfway through the season or towards the end. And so I guess as the season plays out, we'll see if this is really true because like I said, there's hardly been any marketing, any advertising. I mean, usually you would think they would play this up because this is a Disney Plus. This is their big hit. And I just started hearing rumors months ago that there was some trouble on the set and that the star was disgruntled, and he went all the way up to the heads of Lucas Studios with his complaints, and that they pretty much shot him down and was like, it is what it is. We can replace you. I mean, technically speaking, they could get somebody else in that role, even though that the actor, he's a really good actor. I mean, he was in Game of Thrones. What was he in, like that Narcos show or something like that? I mean, he's a good actor, but they pretty much like told him like, look, I've heard of things that they're negotiating to try to work things out, but for the most part, I hope that there's many more seasons of The Mandalorian, and this is not how it ends, where they end up killing the Mandalorian off and then having another character come in and take the child somewhere. That would just be dumb. So hopefully they can work this out. But yeah, that's my review. That's what I thought. The Mandalorian's a bad dad. So like I said, like, share, subscribe. I say what I said. I'm sticking to it. And I'll have one of these videos every week after the episode drops. And y'all have a good evening. Peace.